friends, and welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new baking video. I haven't done these in a while. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you enjoy these. Today's video will be very special because this is my classic cookie recipe. These are the cookies that I bring everywhere. When we have a party with friends and I ask, what do I bring? Everyone says, bring your cookies, because these are a classic. I've been making these for years. This recipe isn't originally actually mine, but I can't even remember where I got it. I've been doing some adjustments to this, so I don't know whose recipe this is. It's like a mashup of my brain and someone else's, but these days people just know these as my cookies. I stole this from someone and it feels bad. But yeah, these are the cookies that everyone in my friend group loves. I just always make these. They are so freaking easy. All the ingredients, I usually always have them in my house, and they are just really quick to make. So I hope you like cookies and you like baking, and even if you don't, these don't require much. You'll be okay. And one more thing before I go into the recipe. This recipe is vegan, so no dairy, no eggs. This is not gluten-free because I'm using just basic flour, but basically everyone else can eat these, and even though they're vegan, these are just diabetes. These are not healthy. So if you want that, let's get into the video.
We're gonna start with a bowl, and yes, you only need one big bowl. And the first ingredients are the liquids. Here you see oil, coffee, which can also be just water or plant milk, and then syrup. And this can be light syrup or dark syrup. I had light. The recipe starts with mixing the liquids with the sugar, and here you see me dumping all the sugar into the bowl, and then I start measuring the liquids. First oil, then syrup, and last coffee / water / plant milk. I've written all the measurements down into the description box so they're easier to just look up if you're baking, because there is nothing more annoying than people writing the measurements on screen, because I want to see them like easily. But okay, rant over, let's get back into the recipe. Here I'm just mixing the liquids with the sugar, and when it looks like this, you can just put the bowl to the side and get into the dry ingredients. Here we have flour, oats, baking soda, and vanilla sugar. You can also use vanilla powder if you want to. I decided to mix the vanilla sugar and the baking soda into the flour beforehand, before I started mixing the flour into the wet ingredients. This is happening really fast here, but I didn't want to make this video super long. First I mixed a little bit of the flour and that mixture, and then all the oats, and then flour, and then last flour. We're aiming for a mixture that looks something like this. It tasted really good, like you see. I put it to the side because the oats they don't bake, but they do their thing. And while that happened, I cut the chocolate. I had a ton of dark chocolate because I personally love dark chocolate, and I just cut it into pieces and made this beautiful. In my mind, I saw this artistic video thingy, but this is what it ended up being. As you can see, I really like having big chunks in my cookie dough, so I left all the pieces they're all very different shapes and sizes, because no one is perfect and they're all unique, and they're chocolate chips, goddammit. When all of them were cut, I just dumped them into the dough and started mixing, and I realized that my dough was way too soft, so I added about 6 teaspoons, like big teaspoons, maybe like 6 tablespoons to be honest, of flour into my dough. And this time I left it pretty soft because that makes soft cookies. If you like harder cookies, you just put more flour. This time I was just feeling the soft way, so that was fine. I took my baking sheet and started rolling cookies. This time I also wanted to make them pretty big. Sometimes I make them smaller and I just take a teaspoon off the dough and make cookies. But this time I took a tablespoon, ate big cookies, which ended up spreading even more in the oven, and they were soft and chewy. But yeah, I rolled the cookies and then I put them into the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes in 175 degrees Celsius. And while we wait for the cookies to bake, we dance. After baking the cookies for about 15 minutes and letting them cool down for about 10 minutes on a plate, this is what they look like. I would definitely recommend letting them cool down a little bit because they're very soft when they come out of the oven. Nothing is better than a cookie with kind of a crusty outside and then a soft middle. As you can see, I'm just dancing here. These were delicious, soft, and so freaking yummy.
Finally, I have a bunch of cookies. I ate one and now I have diabetes. Yes. I'm very biased. I made these cookies. Of course I think they're good. So, I needed... Hello! She's back!
Hello. I can have koikia.
You can have one koikia. So Amanda is gonna taste it and tell me.
Sugar, carbs, and chocolate. I'm happy.
How many batches of these have you eaten?
In my life?
Yeah.
Many. Also proof that they're easy to make because I made them successfully that one time.
Oh, yeah,
for my
you did.
graduation party.
And she's not good at baking.
Yeah.
Just to be honest.
I'm not. I burn everything. And like tons of people were like, what? These are vegan? I'm like, yeah. Just cookies.
They're just cookies and they taste
Happen
great.
to be vegan. Yes, yes, good stuff.
We're like the 80s movie Gremlins, you know?
More Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
You're the dumb one.
Yeah.
We're gonna film a very fun video at some point.
It'll be a bonding experience, that's for sure.
We're very close, as you can see, like...
Literally.
The challenge that we have in mind is just next level.
And we've dropped a few Easter eggs.
Easter eggs! Easter eggs everywhere! Now you just have to make yourself some cookies and...
Wait.
Yeah, that was a good one. Love you all very much. I'll see you soon. Bye! Like elevator music.
We are the weird corner of the internet.